So we're now in the Anglican Cathedral, the Wellington Anglican Cathedral, and we're going to have a walk around, and Dean Frank Nelson, who's the Dean here who cares for the cathedral, is going to talk with us about some of the aspects of the cathedral. So what would you like to say about where we are now?
Well, first of all, Stephanie, I'm glad you say that I care for the cathedral, because I often shock some of our people here by picking up a broom and doing some sweeping. So in some ways, literally, I am part of that caring team.
It's very practical.
It is very practical. Yeah. Well, where we're standing here is in the gallery, and we've got way down there the full, you see the full length and the size of the cathedral. I suspect many people in Wellington only know it from the outside, which is a very severe, especially Molesworth Street side, terribly severe with great big steel doors. But once you get in here, people are taken, their breath is taken away by the lightness and the height and so on. So perhaps just a bit of history. 1964, the first service was held in the cathedral, nowhere near as big as it is now, and then over the decades it was extended a bit, and then the tower put up, and just over 10 years ago, where we are standing now was put on, and it's called the completion, but I don't think a cathedral is ever really completed.
I tell you that I remember as a small school child coming to shops which were on the site, right where we're standing now, and there was a sweet shop and a cake shop, and then I remember watching them being bulldozed down, and
so
the new
you've seen it all,
being built.
Well, apparently the plans for the cathedral were drawn up, the architectural drawings done in the 1930s.
Wow.
And then of course the war came along, so everything was put back. We like to think that we're unique in that the Queen laid the foundation stone in 1954 and was back here, I think it was 202, when the building was finally consecrated, which means it was paid for, not only completed but actually paid for.
That's right, they can't be consecrated until they're paid for.
So we think that that it's the only cathedral that Anglican cathedral in the world that we like.
The Queen on both occasions.
Both occasions.
Very good.
We like to think that anyway. So, shall we wander around?
Yes, that'd be good. Do you want to tell us a bit about that lovely back?
The dossal, which is it's actually a tapestry or a patchwork, really. So it's all done in fabric. Beverly Shaw Bennett was the artist, and she made it. She lives out at Waikanae. And apparently she made it on her garage floor and had never seen it in its entirety until it was hoisted up there. Most people don't know that it's actually on a system of pulleys, and about once a year we let it down and get the vacuum cleaner out and give it a good clean, and then pull it back up again. It's the ascended Christ coming out of the cloud of glory, or the transfigured Christ, if you like.
It's beautiful.
It is lovely. A lot of influence here and with Coventry Cathedral, and that is clearly based on the big hanging behind the altar of Coventry Cathedral. And the other thing which we can look at in a moment are the engraved windows down below, which were done by Hutton, who was a New Zealand artist, and did windows for Coventry Cathedral, the new Coventry Cathedral in the early 60s, and then for us as well.
Thank you, let's move.
So this is one of the Hutton windows I was talking about, this very unique, etched into the glass. I love the music. Of course, music is so important in the cathedral, and here they are blowing their trumpets and calling us all to worship.
Wonderful.
Stephanie, this is a little area we call the chapel, or the altar without walls, and of course we have our votive candles here, right towards the entrance of the cathedral, so people don't have to go too far in to be able to light a candle. And as I, over the years, of course, have seen many people coming in, and all sorts of stories. Sometimes people will sit there and write their prayer, just leave a prayer there. I was here the other day, and there was a young, or a couple with a very tiny baby, and it turns out the baby was only 2 days old, and they were there lighting
consecrating the baby in a way.
Just lighting a candle.
And they're all at different stages of being alight, which means that people are coming all the time.
And of course you don't have to be Christian to light a candle. Lighting a candle can mean
a lot of things.
All sorts of things, whatever you like.
Beautiful idea.
We have various connections with other parts of the world. So at the moment we have a connection with Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane, yes.
And this was given to us by the Archbishop of Brisbane some years ago. It wasn't, and he said, please light the candle every time you pray for us, which we did religiously for a while. And then one day I picked it up and looked at the bottom, and there it said, "Go the Wallabies." I've stopped lighting the candle. And these two pieces here, this is with a connection with a diocese in Tanzania, the Church of Kagera, which is in the northwest corner. So it's a reminder that we're part of a worldwide Church of God.
And that is true, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
We're all in this together, so to speak.
Indeed,
Yes.
yes.